One of the most meaningful things I ever had happen to me, although I was very much a tangential player. Dorothy Brunson was one of the women that I did a diary study of in the Female Advantage. She was a black woman who owned 4 radio stations at the time that I studied her. She was the owner and the operator of these 4 stations. She later went on to be the first minority woman to own a television station in the Philadelphia area. But the time I spent with Dorothy, I asked her, one of the questions I asked her is, what do you think one of your best skills is? And she said, I think I am outstanding at firing people. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? She said, I pride myself. She said, this is a very fast-moving business, and you often have to let people go. She said, and I pride myself on being able to do that, to let people go in a way that is enormously helpful for their careers. She said, in fact, tomorrow I am going to be letting a young woman go because she has a show on my station in Baltimore, and I can see that she's distracted. She's missed a couple shows. I don't feel like I can count on her enough. She's got tremendous responsibility. She's got 4 young children. She said, but she is also very active in her church and is getting a degree in theology. And Dorothy said, and I feel this young woman has a great capacity as a minister, and I feel that what she's doing isn't serving us, but is also distracting from her career. So I sat in with Dorothy while she told this young woman that she would not be renewing her contract on the show. And she talked with her at some length about what skills she did have and why she didn't think this radio show was the best match, and really encouraging her to pursue her career in the ministry, because Dorothy could see, she was a much older woman, and she could see that she had a real vocation in this. Well, this is in 1989 when I was doing the research. I remember exactly where I was. It was 1999, 10 years later. I was doing a program for IBM in Tarrytown. Staying at a Marriott. They delivered the New York Times, and there, above the fold on the New York Times, half of the whole left-hand page was Vashti McKenzie, this woman she'd fired, who had been elected the first woman bishop in the AME church. And I just burst into tears because it was very meaningful to see that, but it's an affirmation of what I'm talking about. A capacity to really observe somebody, to listen to somebody, to give them guidance, to not just see them as an instrument of your organization, but to see their career and their skills in a greater capacity in terms of who they could be in the world.